going on, everybody? It is Thursday night, 9 p.m., and it's your favorite two stew nods on the mics. It's the Mike and Mish show. What's going on, brother?
Mike on the mic.
Your mic on the mic. Mike, what's this shirt that I'm wearing right now? Do you know what that is?
I do know what that is. And I might be surprised if somebody in the comments knew, because I feel like a lot of people who watch the show are not fans of the same sports teams that we are,
Yeah.
It's people from all over. But I'm going to tell you what it is. And that
Well,
199.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see if anybody knows. Let's give it 5 minutes. I don't know. Maybe we'll give something away, maybe not. But I'm just curious. Does anybody know what this is?
Yeah.
199.
What's up, Jacob, Mason, Big Ben? What's the deal? We got semi-bad news. Half of our guest list is gone, but it's okay because we have Lorenzo Hunt coming on today, and that's all you need. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but you don't need anything else, anyone else.
Bam, right
you
there in the
have Lorenzo
comments.
Hunt.
Jacob got it right. Number 199 with the 6th round, 199th pick
That's right.
overall. The New England Patriots take Tom Brady of the University of Michigan. And 22 years later, that 45-year-old fucker is back on the field throwing touchdowns still.
In his
Unreal.
23rd season,
Yeah.
7 Super Bowl championships. Like,
It's
think
fucking
about
nuts.
this. 7. 6th round will get you 7.
6th round will get you 7. That's what I'm saying. 6th round, 199 overall. Anyways,
Unbelievable.
man, he's proven that age is just a number. It doesn't fucking matter. But like Mike said, Michelle Watterson Gomez will not be on the show tonight. She has rescheduled for next week because they lost a coach for the evening in their gym, and she had to step in and coach a class. But we do have the man himself, the reigning light heavyweight champion for the bare knuckle fighting championship, who will be back in the squared circle on October 1st, fighting for another belt in the cruiserweight division against Quentin Hero Henry. Let's go right ahead and bring him in. He is the one and only Juggernaut, Lorenzo Hunt. What's up, brother?
What's up, baby? How y'all been?
There he is, man. Look at you, all down in Puerto Rico, training and stuff in paradise. How you doing?
Hey, you know me, doing my thing. I'm loving it. I'm always down to put on a good show. It's gonna be great.
Hey, you have your own place down there in Puerto Rico now, right? You got your own spot down there?
Say that again.
I said you got your own spot down there now, right?
Spot down here. It's been a little bit of a transition. Moving some of my stuff. I had a few classic cars and stuff that I want to bring down here, and shipping is kind of crazy. But yeah, just the transition, and then I like to be here, so I'm gonna start doing training camps here for other people. First round management's got a lot of guys that want to get in and cut me a percentage to give them that championship level training. A lot of the people that been down to Puerto Rico have become champions. No shot at El Brito. We're doing this together. 2 champs passing the torch, and just giving people a chance to come in and see what it takes.
Nah, man. And would you call that like your main residence now, or do you still?
No. I live in Orlando. I work at a gym in Orlando. I'm just here for training camps.
Training camps only.
Residence here. We do like some Airbnb type stuff when I'm not here if we can.
Nice.
But other than that, I just maintain the residence here, and I'm here. It's turnkey when I come.
If you're living in Orlando, did you move your gym, or do you have somebody manning the gym, the boxing yard?
No. So the boxing yard, the city bought that whole area as like a regentrification thing. So that actually shut down a little while ago, and I moved to Orlando, and then I started working at Fusion and just doing the same thing that I was doing at the boxing yard. It's hard to keep. I just took that money and rolled with it.
In the past, we've talked to Elvin, and Elvin has swore to God it is his goal in life to get bare knuckle fighting in Puerto Rico. Now that you are down there with him, you got 2 champions down there, championing that cause. You guys are training people down there for bare knuckle. Where do you see? I mean, where are we on the stance of getting bare knuckle in Puerto Rico?
Well, I mean, this is definitely a fight culture, a culture full of warriors. We definitely know all the right people. We're speaking to all the right commissioners. Right now, it seems to be a little bit of a hang up with the medical thing. They're still a little bit scared. They want to see a little bit more data, but we're pushing hard, and that's all we can do. We still want to do tryouts. We still want to bring some of this talent from Puerto Rico back to the States with us, and just keep it moving, man. We're not being bogged down by any paperwork. We're just grinding all day, every day.
You guys trying to put together a tryout down there?
Yeah, it's Elvin's idea, and you know, as mine was so successful that of course he'd bring me in on it. But yeah, he wants to do a tryout down here in Puerto Rico, so that'll be the next big news.
We're gonna get into your fight coming up, but everyone wants to talk about that. But we got to talk about that tryout that you just did, because I got to tell you, man, watching all those videos, you motivate the shit out of those guys for sure. You run them harder than no shot at any of the other tryouts, but it seems like you were grinding them guys through there pretty hard, and you had them actually sparring, like going at it in there. That was something special. It was something good to see.
Well, you know, when it's the Juggernaut show, it's the Juggernaut show. Even when it's not, I kind of make it my show. I've been to the tryouts in Belfast. I did the tryouts in Tampa. I did the tryouts in Miami. You know, I always show up just to like I say, past that. A lot of people who are holding tryouts or doing or being a part of tryouts, they didn't come through tryouts. I came through the tryouts. I drove to the tryouts. I filled out the paper. I kicked ass. Like, come on, there's nobody that you want to see there but me. Like, you come to tryouts and you see the guy that made it, it gives you a little bump, you know, it gives you a little bump. And I just believe in that. I just believe in inspiring people and showing them that it is possible. Now there's a whole lot of other shit that I had to do to get where I'm at, but come to the trials. There you go. That's the start.
Now, but like in previous tryouts, I don't know about your tryout, the one that you went to, but you had them sparring, and that's not a normal thing.
Well, you know, at the other gym, David Feldman and the BKFC does frown upon the sparring aspect of the tryouts, just because of the discrepancy in skill level. You just don't know who showed up, and the last thing you would want to do is for somebody to get hurt. I've been coaching for years. I teach kids, I teach adults, I teach women. I know how to gauge skill level, which is why I am the champ. So it's kind of like having a specialist on hand. And for my tryouts, when I put forth the effort and I put forth the money and I advertised and I took the risk and I filled out the insurance paperwork and I did what I was supposed to do, we're going to spar. Because one thing I do remember about my own tryouts is that I drove hours and hours with every intent on whooping everybody's ass who showed up. And when I got there and didn't do that, I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I just said, well, how you going to know that I can whoop everybody ass in this room if you won't let me whoop everybody ass in this room? Because I made my moves and I did my thing, and they had some really high-level fighters there. Antonio Tarver, Rashad Evans was there. Rumble Johnson was there. They were like, that guy can fight. And so I got the pass, you know what I mean? But in my particular situation, you know, I thought it'd be a good idea to let him spar. I took the risk. I got in the ring with him and stayed there, and nobody got hurt, you know.
Not to give anybody any false hope or kill anyone's dreams or anything, but did you see some people that you think are going to get into BKFC?
Yeah, we got 5 contracts. Believe it or not, there are high-level fighters showing up to these things. One kid, Marcus Washington, out of Northeast Ohio, has 17 professional boxing matches fought in Vegas, fights all over the world, and I'm like, scratching my head, like, what are you doing here? You know? And then there's some guys with some huge MMA records. The one of the girls that actually won the tryout, the Spanish girl, her name slips my mind. Ruiz. She fought for Bellator.
No way.
And she showed up and was like, "Hey, who you want me to thump?" So I did not let the heavyweights fight, which is why you did see me fighting. Even when you gauge a heavyweight skill level, there is the off chance that somebody gets knocked out the damn ring. So for the heavyweights who did make it through that grueling workout, I fought them.
Nah, man, that's awesome. And it was cool. It was very cool to see you put those guys in there and actually scrap with each other. I mean, what's better than that? Now that you're done with that, you're down in Puerto Rico, you're training for your next fight, which is the fight with Quentin Hero Henry. There was a lot of steam for a couple other fights that people wanted to see, but it ended up being the 205 title fight. How did the 205 title fight become the one that you settled on? You obviously had multiple options.
Honestly, there's a big misconception that champions get to choose who they fight. It couldn't be further from the truth. But I signed the only contract that came my way.
Okay.
But I said off the rip. So for whatever reasons, if the administration didn't want to see that fight yet, hint, hint, they did not want to see that. They made a way around, and we know how, we make, BKFC can make ways. So I've been the number one contender for the 205 title for almost 2 years now. I already beat the 205 champion. So everybody who's thinking, Mike Richmond, bro, sit down somewhere. I've been working. I'm the 205 champ already. When I get done, Quentin Henry, then we can talk. Children, other than that, man, get out of my way with your 3-0 record, man. The grown-ups are talking. Get out of here. Go fight Doolittle. They definitely don't want me to fight Doolittle.
All right. Well, I thought Mike was about to say something. I was going to let him go there for a second. No, man. But obviously, you're referring to Mike Richmond, and now Mike Richmond is fighting Isaac Doolittle. And when you hint, wink, wink, obviously they got their fingers are crossed and all stars align. He takes that interim title, you take that 205 title, and then 5 months down the road, you two meet each other, right? That's like the golden plan.
5 months, my ass. I want to be back in the ring before New Year's. Don't play with me.
Okay.
Sit around with 2 titles when my belt goes up for grabs. As soon as I just defended it, then I get a 205 fight, and all of a sudden, interim title. But then you think I'm going to wait 5 months to smack down Mike Richmond? Nah, in 5 months, I'll be having to defend the 205 belt. So we might as well get this show on the road since you set it up. Such a layup. Oh, my God, it's such a layup for me. It doesn't get
Lorenzo, man, did you happen to see the Bare Knuckle show on Tuesday?
I've been trying to catch it, but honestly, me and Elvin have been on a relentless. Okay. I even got a call, and they were like, watch the show, blase. But honestly, at this point, 2 weeks out from the fight, I just don't care anymore. I don't care about talk. I don't care about the chatter. I don't care about he said, she said. I don't care about the titles or the interim titles and all this.
That's not what I was not talking about. What Mike Richmond was saying on there. He was a guest on the show, but prior to Mike coming on the show, David Feldman had said something about you in particular, and then he mentioned Luis Palomino. He said he will not have 2 division champions. If you win that 205 title, you're going to have to decide which one you want to keep and vacate the other. Has anybody talked to you about that?
Nobody's talked to me about it yet, but I mean, if there is no 2 division titles, this will be the only sport in combat sports that doesn't have them, for one.
Right.
which will be kind of, a little bit silly. Another thing is, like, you gotta think these things through. And I don't know if you guys notice, I'm an avid chess player. Avid.
I
No,
don't
I
remember.
did. I don't
I
think
didn't know that.
I knew that.
Every move and the possibilities of every move. And so just think about this. Do you think it's a dilemma for me to go to 205 and take the 205 title? I already destroyed the 205 division. Nobody's close. Why not go defend my belt? What they gonna do? Fight for an interim title for the 205 then? Whatever. But Mike Richmond or Doolittle will not sit there with my shit on. Even if I gotta jump in the ring and take it off his fucking waist. You gotta be kidding me. You think I'm that soft? You think I would let that roll?
No, actually, I don't think that you would. We've seen this happen before.
Even if you was a BKFC fan, when they called and offered you that shit, you should have been like, this already happened. Ain't that what y'all did to him with Hector and Joe? Now go back to Hector and Joe. I beat both their ass for that. Both of y'all got y'all ass beat for signing that contract for a title that was mine. I beat the shit out of both of y'all. So then Doolittle and Richmond's gonna do the same thing a year later. And I'm standing here. I'm not a disappearing champ. I'm not sick. I'm not defending. You should have just fought another title eliminator. But that was dumb. That was suicide. That was silly.
So the interim title isn't going to bother you too much, but if they take the title and call it the actual title, then that's when issues are going to arise.
Listen. How?
I don't know how that was what was said on the show. They said if you decide that you want to stay at 205, then that interim title becomes the real title at 185. That is the words that were said.
Let me explain something to you real quick. Because I know is watching this. Stupid shit that happened to Hector. Hector didn't want to fight me at 205. So he said, he's too fucking big. So then they were like, it's okay. Here's another shiny belt. And then he got greedy. He was like, well, okay, I'll fight him. I'm still going to beat your ass, dummy. You're a dummy. Y'all keep falling for the same shit. That's stupid. He should have went and fought Richie. He should have stayed in his place. So they throw him Doolittle. Doolittle's a duck. His last opponent was a duck. O'Shaughnessy, not O'Shaughnessy. What is the flimsy boy's name?
Dakota Cochran.
Then you got the caveman dude.
Caveman, yeah.
Actually, the caveman fight was the only real fight Mike Richmond's been in since he's been in the BKFC. That was the only fight that he's been in. The rest of them were fluke, stupid, goofy shit. Marcel Stamps. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck was that? I broke a nail. And then the other guy,
Dakota Cochran.
He punched him in the body, the one Josh Dyer beat.
Yeah, wasn't it Cochran?
Dakota Cochran. Dakota Cochran ain't been nothing ever since he fought Chris Lieben. He ain't had no heart since then. A duck. And so he's walking around pounding his chest thinking he can fight the best. Because he beat a couple ducks. They signed up a couple ducks. Come on, man. Stop being silly, man. I understand, the American flag, the Marines. Yes, thank you for your sacrifice. I appreciate the armed forces. Hooray and all of that. Stupid shit is stupid shit. People who think Mike Richmond can beat me that's wow. Like, that has nothing to do with the Marines. Nothing. Nothing. The BKFC ring has nothing to do with the Marines. Nothing. So, okay.
Fair point. It does not.
Rob Morrow was a 6'4" firefighter. Okay, he's a firefighter. He's gonna beat me too. Nah, that didn't work out. Come on, man. That all those labels and all that silly garbage, man. Stop it. That's dumb. Judge me on my skills. Stop walking in there bumping your head like Joe Riggs. He's nothing. He's nothing. He's nothing. Goofball. That's goofy.
All right. Let's talk about your upcoming opponent, because a lot of people in the comment section seem to think that you are talking crazy because you're going to get dropped by Henry very soon anyway, according to
hey, listen. More. Oh, okay. So let's talk about Quentin Henry.
Please
great
do.
Great guy, great son, great father, nice guy to talk to. Great fighter? No. Honest. Me, maybe not such a great guy. Maybe not such a great son. Maybe not such a great fighter. Now, if we was coming to flip tires, and bench press shit and see who can spit dip the furthest, see who can catch the most frogs, he'd beat me. I'm a great fighter. I feel bad for Quentin because he waited a long time for this shot. Quentin Henry was here before me. He's 5-1 with 2 ducks off of a loss. He came off of a loss from Chris Lieben, right? I was standing right there when he lost. I've been on the streak for longer than he's been doing well. And then I'm 9-1. He's 5-1. He's been here longer than me. But somehow, in your fanboy mind, he's better than me. Whatever. Joe Riggs was better than me. That was a great fight. He was a legend. Hector Lombard was better than me. He's been everywhere. He's Bellator. He's the best. Everybody's better than me. But I'm the champ.
What do you see about Quentin Henry that makes you say he's not a good fighter?
I didn't say he's not a good fighter. I said he's not a great fighter.
Not a great fighter.
You put your thumb down on an ant, he'll fight for his life. Fighting is fighting. I'm not fighting in there. I'm performing. I'm making love. I'm doing the salsa, merengue. I'm dipping them. Kick your leg up. Get the fuck out of here. He can't dance. He can't fight, man. And it's like, I'm going to train hard. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to push my cardio. I'm going to do my thing. I always overtrain. Training is my thing anyway. But this fight is going to either be quick or ugly. Ugly to the point of like overkill, like, oh no, like maybe this was a mismatch. Oh my God, look at his head. Happened before. Huge hematoma. Happened before. I'm always the underdog somehow. You got always, Quentin's gonna knock him on his ass. What the fuck ever, man? Keep reading comics and trying to pit Batman versus Superman. That's stupid shit. Batman will die.
So tell me, you tell me, how does Quentin Henry beat the Juggernaut? What does he have to do to beat you? I want to give him some advice, Lorenzo.
Fuck, headbutt me in the face like Dyer and Joe Riggs. Just headbutt me or something, man. I don't know. I'm not. So me making an honest assessment of Quentin Henry's skill level is not me bashing Quentin or saying he's not a good fighter. I'm saying it's not a good matchup. That's all. Quentin Henry is a good. He can fight. You know, the shit that happened with Chris Sorrow. Like, did you see that? Like, it's like you guys are not seeing type of fighting that's happening, the styles, and styles make fights. And Quentin Henry is a brawler. You know what I mean? If he can stay back, if he can shoot a jab, if he can keep you away from him, that's something new he's learned. He's trying to be cerebral. I've been cerebral. I've been playing chess. I've been in spots that people didn't expect me to be in. I've landed knockouts. This ain't like, it's not a hit 'em and wish 'em well. I'm shooting like a pool shark. I know where the cue ball is going. And if people still aren't seeing that, how many fights will it be until you do?
So how does this one end? Tell us how it ends.
I told you, it's a knockout. It's a nasty, nasty, nasty knockout. I'm hoping Quentin's all right because, like I said, he's a good guy. I don't really come to hurt people. I don't. I come to beat you at beat you at what we're doing. But I don't really come to, like hurt you like that. So Quentin will, he'll set the pace. He'll pick the way the fights go. I'll beat him when he blurs down and tries to bully me. I'll beat him when he grabs me. I'll beat him when he tries to stay away from me. I'll just beat him at the things he thinks he's good at. And then the fight's over. That's how fighting goes. It don't matter if you like me. It don't matter if you like my style. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't. If you're watching fights.
Right.
Watching fights. I used to watch a football game, right? No matter who breaks away and throws an awesome touchdown pass, I cheer. I'd be like, damn, that was nice. Yeah. I'm not an idiot that's upset and can't recognize a good play just because the other team did it.
Nice.
Yep. I understand that totally.
That guy, if it's a 90-yard field goal, I don't care whose team kicked it. That was awesome. That's just the type of person I am. Other people are so biased that they can't see the skill even when it's right in front of their face.
That happens a lot.
Happens a lot, which is what made me the champ.
What I wonder is if it does go to the later rounds with you and Quentin, I wonder how he will last with you, because we saw you at the end of that Hector Lombard fight. We saw you we saw you when you finished Joe Riggs. It seemed like you could have gone 15 more rounds, like you weren't even breathing heavy. You weren't even sweating hard. Your cardio is out of control, and Quentin's never gone past 2 rounds. So,
same thing with Josh Dyer. When I fought Josh Dyer, that was a smash out fight, a long, intense fight. I never broke concentration. There is levels to this shit. And I know for a fact right now, Quentin's training his ass off because he wants to level up. But even when he levels up, he'll be at the level that I left years ago. I have a head start. So it's okay. We're going to have a great fight. I'll say if things get weird, like I said, it's always a possibility of an act of God. If I go down or get clipped or something weird happens or a cut or a doctor stoppage and I'm humbled by God Almighty, it's a game of chance sometimes. I'm going in there like a firefighter. We already know sometimes you don't come out, But I'm okay with that. I have to be in order to rise to the occasion and do what I've been trained to do. And Quentin's, like I said, Quentin gets his shot. He's been asking for it for a long time. I've never shied away from Quentin Henry. I just never got the contract. I never shied away from anybody. Every single contract that ever came my way has been signed, which is why I have the most fights in the BKFC. I don't pass up any. I'm not picking. If they slide it, I sign it.
Lorenzo, what do you say to the people on social media that I have seen this numerous times? You saw what happened when Gustavo touched his chin. Wait till you see Quentin Henry touch him with that jab. Now, how do you address those people?
So, first of all, there's a lot of people who only see what they want to see, right? You saw Gustavo touch me, but you didn't see me slip. You didn't see the wardrobe malfunction. You didn't see the numerous letters and numerous emails from BKFC about footwear. You didn't see the administration buckle down about boxing versus this. You didn't see them switch canvases. So you saw what you wanted to see. You didn't see the referee count to 3. 3. Everybody else gets a 8 count at least. Josh Dyer got a 14 count when he hit the ground, but he counted to 3 and stopped my fight. I'm okay with it. I was so okay with it after they took it from me that I went on a fucking murder spree and became the best in the world. So to the people who are wishing and hoping and praying that I have a soft skin, you didn't see me get up. I got up, didn't I? So see what you want to see. And if Quentin Henry touches me, I'll be touching Quentin Henry too. And we saw what happened to Quentin when he got touched. So, hey, all's fair in love and war. You touch me, I'll touch you back.
Go ahead.
After this fight, right? We always get, I always get stuck at this because it's like after you win, when you win, when, if, and when, you know what I mean? After this fight, right? Do you see yourself stepping in there with Gustavo to finally shut everyone up? Because everyone is going to keep on keeping on about Gustavo until you get back in there with him.
Listen, I am the champ. You should see these fucking paychecks. I don't care about people talking. I don't care about what you say. Gustavo is nowhere to be found. I'm not jacking this bum off. He better fight somebody. I got to fight them all. Gustavo needs to be in title contention. Gustavo needs to fight. You seen me fight. You've been seeing me fight. I keep fighting. So I don't have any concern for Gustavo whatsoever. Now, let me ask you this. Let me answer. If a paper comes with Gustavo's name on it, there you go. Now, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do next. And I told you when I knocked out Joe Riggs, word for word, I said, I will continue to defend my belt while challenging for the 205 belt. And then I'm going to heavyweight and I'm taking this bitch over. Did I stutter?
I remember
you said all those words for sure.
You are watching the Lorenzo show, whether you like it or not.
I think you're gonna have to beat everybody, and I think you're okay with that because there's a lot of people love to hate you, and until you beat them all, they'll start to love you. You know what I mean?
Here it is.
Even Arnold Adams is in the comments right now. It says you're second best.
To who?
Probably him. I'm guessing what he's saying.
That's what I was guessing too.
That's what I'm guessing. So what you're saying is
Arnold's
welcoming you to the heavyweight division.
I'm coming, homeboy. They gave Marcel Snapps a shot, right? And he didn't have no belts. I'm coming with 2 belts. So if you want me to vacate a belt, hey, how about I trade him in for the heavyweight belt? Nobody really wants to see that. Arnold Adams is a good fighter. He's a great champion. He's on top, whatever. I don't care. I told you what I'm going to do. And so everybody who falls into that category, who falls into that pathway, I'm the Juggernaut. This shit is written. I'm running your ass over.
There's very few that are more intense than you, Juggernaut. I mean,
it is, man.
I mean, you say things and then you do them, and people can't deny that for sure. I remember the seven knuckle hands there for sure.
It's another day at the office. Like I said, I want Quentin Henry the best because I need another viral fight. I want to keep making. And in order for my fight to be amazing, I need a good dance partner. I can't give Quentin Henry a better compliment than that. Let's dance.
Yeah, I mean, after this fight, like you said, and I'm gonna bring up Gustavo probably for the last time in this conversation, just because people just keep mentioning him. Right? They think that you avoid him, you avoid him, or you avoid him.
Never.
And you've answered that. Listen, hey, if the contract comes up when he makes it, I mean, you're the champ, right? If you win another belt, you've got to defend the belt. So he has to make his way up to the point where he can fight the champ. So I thought that was a good enough answer.
Look,
you know, how can you avoid him if he's right there?
People can say whatever they want to say. When me and Gustavo fought, we were both 2-0, right? Gustavo's 4-0. I'm 9-1, about to fight for my second title. You think I'm cooking food for Gustavo's punk ass? I'm not waiting for him, obviously. He knows where I live. He knows I live in the fucking ring.
Right.
Where is he? You need to call him up because nobody's avoiding Gustavo. I never left. Can't you see that? I never took a step back, never took a day off, never turned down a fight, never got injured, never missed a day of work, not even through COVID. I am employee of the fucking year.
Yeah. So okay. So you got this fight, and then you want to fight again before Christmas. So we know that that's probably going to be the Richmond fight if Richmond beats Doolittle, right? So that's 2. I know that. I know how you feel about it, but that's probably what they're going to push for because that's what everybody was talking about, and they're still talking about it. So that happens, then maybe next year people will finally get to see the Gustavo fight if he ends up fighting between now and then and gets a win, right?
So just remember that I said this.
Or you go up to heavyweight.
Not only has a contract never came, Gustavo has never, ever been mentioned to me by this administration, by my manager, by anyone. It's never come up. He does pop up from time to time and tries to shake my hand and hug me and shit because he sees me with the gold, and I guess he's just a little bit jealous. The Gustavo fight was actually just what I needed in order to create an air of vulnerability. If I was 9-0, 10-0 right now, it'd be very, very hard to get dummies like Mike Richmond to sign up to fight me. So everybody misses a shot, everybody slips, everybody stumbles. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect either. I am human. Gustavo can get it. I've been waiting. And if you guys go back to my post when I first lost, every time that I fought after that, I called Gustavo out. He disappeared. Gustavo did not return to the BKFC until I was fighting Hector. He didn't come back until I was 7-1. That's come on, man. Stop with the dream with the garbage. Stop with the garbage. He's a man. I'm a man. I'm fighting. If he's fighting his career, he's young. He's got plenty of time. He can come step to me whenever he wants to. He's got a manager. David Feldman knows his number. If they want to set up that as a super fight or whatever, just remember, I'm the champ for a reason.
Man,
I can't wait for that fight. All hope is lost when I destroy Gustavo. There will be nothing that the naysayers can say. Everyone jumps from Hector to Joe Riggs to Quentin Henry. To Mike Richmond. All of the people that I beat, all their fans. When I beat them, they jump to the next person that think they can beat me. They don't apologize. They don't go in the DMs and say, damn, that was a great fight, bro. I didn't think you're that good, but shit, you're pretty awesome. They don't correct themselves. They just lose their bet and sulk until the next fight and hope I stub a toe. That's a loser's mentality. That sounds like a loser. I'm okay with the people who don't want me to be great. I'm okay with that. You have no say.
Man, I feel like we don't really even have to ask you questions. You seem fired. I mean, you obviously have tons of options. I'm hoping that you know, after this one, if you do get the win, I'm hoping the Gustavo fight is one that gets talked about, because that's the one that, and if you look in the comment section, that is the one that people want the most.
Listen, at least it's got to be talked about.
Yeah,
it's got to be mentioned. You got this guy running around. He's fucking invincible, except for the one time, you know. So maybe people want to see that, you know. Maybe, I mean, of course, people want to see that. I'm here to stay. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, you want me to go to his house and fight him? Like, I don't know what you guys want from me. He comes and sits next to me and talks shit. I could hurt him right then. You know what I mean? That would be stupid. I got, you know, I could get paid for the second fight. You know, so you guys are gonna have to pay to see that. But I'm okay with it. You know, I'm a fighter. I'm there. I'm in the ring. I'm doing my thing. I've gotten better. I've gotten the right shoes. We haven't had any issues anymore. I just think that, you know, the haters are gonna hate no matter what. When
that's true.
They're gonna be like, that's okay.
it is. It's true.
Big Ben's gonna beat them.
Man, well, I think your next 3 fights are already planned, man. It's crazy. After this Quentin one, I feel like your next 3 fights are all lined up already. You're gonna be a busy man for the next year, I would say, Lorenzo, and your star keeps rising.
That's what you call. That's what you call. That's what you call. Job security.
Yeah, yes. I would say so.
Definitely.
Call job security. I am in the best possible position, and I'm glad that the guys are challenging me. I'm glad that my food gets brought to me now instead of me having to chase it around like I had to get the belt. Come on, man. Any true BKFC fan, that knew what I was doing before I jumped in the ring with Hector, they know this. Truck.
I got to bust a little balls right now to the bare knuckle show from the other day, right? They asked a question about who has the most fights, right? Was it the most fights, the most wins, most fights in
most
BKFC?
Fights, yeah.
And the answer was not you. You weren't part of they said 2 people, and you weren't one of the people. And obviously the reason is because you have a fight outside of the promotion. Do you think it's weird that they don't count the fights? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
With that one fight outside of the promotion, which they love to lord over me, I'm still 8-1. They've called me 7-1 for the last 3 fights.
It's really weird that they won't recognize outside records for sure.
What's really weird about it is that they say they don't recognize outside records until what's the guy Jomi fights.
Jomi. Yeah.
Or they say they don't recognize outside records until Venom Page and all the guys from England fights, because I don't know where the fuck they came from with those records. They say they don't, but guess what? None of that matters. Now, who could they have possibly said has more fights than 8? We're going to subtract 1. Who's more fights or more wins than 8-1? Who has more knockouts? I have 7 knockouts for BKFC. 1 decision.
They definitely weren't talking about knockouts, but I thought they said Reggie. Joey. They said Reggie and Joey.
Yep.
That's who they said, right? And I thought they had a third.
And I think it was the most fights. Tied for the most fights.
Oh, you must be about wins and losses then put together.
Yeah, tied for the most fights in the company. Yeah.
So listen, I'll tell you what no one has: 3 belts.
And Britain has 8 or 9 fights. She
does.
Too.
No one has 3 belts.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's now Faria's getting there though. She'll be there soon. She's got 6 KOs. Faria. Yeah, she's doing well too.
Let me ask you this. Can I ask you to address somebody in the comments? You already addressed this the last time you were on our show, but Sharks Adam, who is a very avid viewer of this show, has asked this question like 5 or 6 times in the comment section. How can somebody be a 185-pound title holder if you never made the weight? Can you please explain this to him?
I can't explain it to the people who do not know or do not understand. I signed to fight the cruiserweight title. I signed up. Now go back and watch. Now everything's going to make sense. I signed a contract to fight the 205 cruiserweight title. Hector refused at the press conference to fight me for the 205 title. They were going to cancel the show. So they offered Hector the 185 belt. And then as I was walking up the stairs, the announcer guy goes on the press conference and says, this is no longer a cruiserweight fight. This is for the inaugural for 185 belt fight. I walk in the building, 215 with 10 to cut for the 205 title, and was told by the administration that I would have to cut to 195 to match Hector at 195 to fight for that in-between belt. Just because he refused to defend. I had nothing to do with it. I sold seats, brought everybody here. The fight was the next day. I signed a contract. Then I was forced to defend the belt at 185. This is not the UFC. This is not Dana White's show. This is not WBC boxing. This is David Feldman's shit. And he makes the rules and the contracts. Why in the fuck would you think that I can waltz in somewhere and take a belt that they didn't sign me a contract for? You guys are so silly and so concerned about half pounds and shit that you don't recognize the administration has the power to give a 1 pound allowance, a 5 pound allowance. It's all about mutual combat weight. There was no 185 champion at all. It was a vacant title. The administration can do whatever the fuck it wants. For example, they can offer an interim title for my 185 title while I'm fucking standing here. What's wrong with you people? What's wrong? What the fuck? How come you can't pay attention? Why do you think I took Hector's belt and slammed the 205 belt on the fucking ground? You thought I was just throwing a temper tantrum? I just found out no fight.
Damn.
There's nothing that I can say that will make a hater understand. Nothing.
Well,
so when you got there, it was supposed to be for 205, and then they said, nah, you're not doing no 205 belt.
Just go back and watch the show. I was watching the show on my phone when I got on my fucking Bentley and came up the stairs, and they said, this is now for the inaugural 185-pound title. Why do you think Hector Lombard said, he's too fucking big? He's too fucking big. Bro, you guys ain't paying attention to nothing. You just want me to be the bad guy. I obviously don't mind being the bad guy. Guys are just...
I think you do a good job at being the heel, I have to tell you.
And you guys can make me whatever I want. I was 6-1 when Hector fought for the belt. I was a good guy. Nobody had any problems out of me. I shook everybody and carry chairs. Nobody noticed.
You were everybody's favorite guy in the building. Couple events we went to. I think Knucklemania, after your fight with Josh Dyer, you were like everybody's friend in the room. And now everyone...
Nobody noticed that. But everybody bitches and moans when guys have to fight title eliminators and they got a guaranteed title fight coming up. I fought 2 title eliminators back to back. They was like, this is the title eliminator. This is the title eliminator. Nobody remembers. They were just trying to, like, come on, man.
I don't know if you're a complete heel. I feel like you're on like that Rock level where like you're not a good guy, but you're not totally a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? You're playing that. You're like teeter on the edge. Yeah, Stone Cold.
What makes you a bad guy are perceptions, good perceptions and bad perceptions. I'm a hero to most people who know me. But if you don't know me, I could give a fuck what you think.
Yeah, it's been what's weird about since we've been doing this show is like we didn't really know a lot of people. Now we've gone to a ton of events and talked to all of you guys like all the time. So we have a relationship with most of the fighters and the management. So you go on and you see people talking about everybody and you're like, I know that person. Like that person, they're not like that. But you can't come out and say shit like that because A, it ruins kind of the persona, the way that things work. And B, it's not going to change anyone's mind anyways, because they're just going to think the way they want to think. It doesn't matter.
People are very emotional creatures. They're not paying attention at all. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how much charity work you do. It doesn't matter how many pictures you take with the fans. I do have fans, even though, a lot of people like to boo. Another thing that helps make me a heel is the fact that we've never fought in Jacksonville, Florida. I travel state to state fighting you guys' favorite son. That makes me the bad guy everywhere we go, no matter how good I am.
And you're doing it again.
Yeah, you're doing it again.
Away team, no matter what city I go to. So, of course, if you use your brain, I'm going to be the bad guy every time I fight because we don't fight in my hometown, which is why I did the tryouts, which is why you get it? Like, you gotta learn count 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the shit starts to make sense. Other than that, you're just missing teeth and you're being weird.
Man, I don't know. I don't know how much else we need to talk about with this. Like you've built your fan base. You've built your name up in the sport. And like I've said, like on the Mount Rushmore of bare knuckle right now, you're on there for sure. And your career is not even close to over. You got this huge fight on October 1st against Quentin Henry and Monroe. You have options with Mike Richmond and Gustavo and heavyweight with Arnold. I mean, the future's bright for you, Lorenzo, and we always appreciate you coming on here and talking. There's people asking questions we could talk for 2 fucking hours, but like, I don't know, like
let's do a Q&A. I'll give short answers. Go ahead, read them off to me.
All right. One person wants to know why the BKFC is paying the ex-UFC fighters 100 times more than he's paying you guys that have been there from the beginning. Got an answer for that?
You don't know how much they're paying the ex-UFC fighters. All you know is what you heard. It's all propaganda. No one has financials on BKFC. No one knows. Don't believe what you hear.
One guy says you don't truly believe that Mike Richmond is not a threat. Is that
you
true?
Don't believe that I'm not a threat. What the hell wrong with you?
Man, I'm not gonna go back through a bunch of people keep asking. No, because one, I don't have my glasses on, and 2, it would take too fucking long. Lorenzo, we always have a blast talking with you. You are intense. You are ready for this fight. You're down in Puerto Rico with Elvin. You're doing your thing. We can't wait to see you on October 1st.
Hey, look, man, I love coming on the show because even if you read through the comments and even if you look at, you guys got a lot of new fans.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of new fans who are looking at me because it's obvious they've never watched this show. I've been on this show a bunch of times.
Yeah, you're the most frequent return guest for sure.
Guys, exactly what's happening, when it's happening, how it's happening. I've been super informative and forward about everything going on in BKFC and how it was going to go down and what happened.
Even at 3 a.m. sometimes.
It's just nuts. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Even with the Mike Richmond thing, I did an interview with you and I told you, I said, hey, it's nice. It's a fan favorite. You guys want to see it. But does David and the administration want to shell out that kind of money to see me smash a hole in Mike Richmond's head? You guys can't even see the size, the speed difference, the power difference. You're watching TV. It's 2-dimensional. Somebody's going to get hurt just because you wanted to see it. I just wanted to see it. Stop being silly.
Silly.
No, man. Yeah, they silly. Without question. You know what? It's funny, Lorenzo, you say that. Like, Mike and I have been talking about this. We're almost on 2 years with this show. Like, this show's only 2 years old, not even 2 years. November 11th will be 2 years. And we were like, man, we've had a lot of fucking people on this show. Like, we sat there, I went through, and we're up in the 180 something different fighters have come through. The most frequent people that have come through the show is yourself and Britton Beltran. Those two, you 9 times and Britton 6 or 7 times. We definitely love having you on the show for sure, because you deliver every time, just like you did tonight for sure.
Quite simple, and I like to leave a positive message to everybody. Hey, the proof is in the pudding. you can be whatever you want to be, whether or not if people want you to be it or not, whether or not if people approve of what you're going to be. I'm the champion. I didn't get it by being friends or having fans, or I didn't get here by kissing ass. I'm the best fighter. I train the hardest. I wake up the earliest. I push the hardest, and I show up and I fight. That's how you become the best. And I would rather be the best fighter in the ring than the fighter with the most fans. Does that make sense? Because I'm gonna whoop the guy's ass. And you know, it is.
Well, we'll be watching, so we will see what happens.
Confidence is never a factor with you for sure.
Yeah.
Nah.
Not when you work hard.
Hey man, we always talk fights with you. You get a little intense every time you come on here, but we always end it with a fun thing, and we're gonna do that with you as always. And this time it's not gonna be a speed round. It's just this or that. All you got to do is pick one or the other, and we're gonna blast right through these things. This or that with the Juggernaut, Lorenzo Hunt. Would noisy neighbor or a nosy neighbor? Pick one.
Noisy.
Number 2.
Lose sleep or skip a meal?
Skip a meal.
It probably makes sense. I mean, you're losing weight for fights and shit all the time, right? So you don't have to worry about that.
Internet or a car?
This is tough.
Car. Yeah, that was quick, man.
I can go to Starbucks.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Food truck or restaurant?
Neither. Restaurant.
Cook restaurant. At home, right? Cook your own shit. Smartest person in the world or richest person in the world?
Smartest person in the world.
I feel like that's a good answer, because if you're the smartest person in the world, you'll eventually be the richest person in the world if you fucking play your cards right.
You can take the richest persons in the world's money.
There you go. Number 6.
Daniel LaRusso or Johnny Lawrence? Do you watch Karate Kid?
Karate Kid. Russo.
LaRusso.
90s hip hop or 80s rock?
90s hip hop.
Fuck yeah. Greatest fucking era of music of all time, for sure. Number 8.
Planning it or winging it?
Playing everything.
Everything's planned. This one's
chess.
a tough.
He's a chess player.
It's a chess game right now. Number 9. You got to get one of these 2 tattoos: barbed wire armband or a tramp stamp.
What's the tramp stamp?
In the middle of your lower back.
Right above your belt.
Barbed wire on my arm, barbed wire on this arm, barbed wire.
I said, hell no, I ain't getting that shit.
Oh, shit. Last one. Here we go.
Bro, that's the worst.
Kraft mac and cheese or Velveeta shells and cheese?
Velveeta shells and cheese.
There it
Velveeta.
is. It's the creamiest, the cheesiest Velveeta shells and cheese. Dude, Lorenzo. What's that?
Make sure they pay you for saying that.
Yeah, they should. We should get a Velveeta shells and cheese sponsor off of that one right there. Dude, always a blast having you on here. I can't tell you how excited we are to see you fight Quentin on October 1st. Unfortunately, Mike and I will not be making the trip. We were originally supposed to, but we're not going to make it down there. We'll be out in Denver at the next one. So with that said, we've had your Instagram across the bottom. Make sure everybody's following him. If you're not already, you're still not. And we'll give you a chance to say a few last words.
Hey, I'll see you guys in Denver. I will be fighting the winner of the 185 title fight, no matter if I have to vacate the belt or do whatever I got to do with the administrators and the rules. I do respect BKFC and whatever they decide to do, they decide to do, you know. With that being said, you guys go to my website, check out the Juggernaut Hunt on Instagram, and www.juggernauthunt.com is my National Alliance to End Veteran Suicide website. You guys can go on there and read some of the comments and help out some of the veterans who need help. You can scroll through and see what I got going on. You can see about all the little plans that we have going on for the race to save veteran lives. You also can register for the future BKFC tryouts. We're doing a pre-registry where you just go ahead and put your name and put your city and your email, and I'll jumble all that up and turn it into BKFC with emails and
wow
comments, and then they'll make their decision for the next tryouts based on how many people in that particular region filled out the pre-registry. So I'm doing a lot to try to help people. I'm doing my best to be the best fighter in the world. I'm helping guys that are coming out to Puerto Rico and want to train and want to take this serious. Jay Jackson comes out here and train with me. Hopefully we'll be seeing him back in the ring soon. Mike Perry trained with me. Britton Hart trained with me. So even though, some people don't like me, you guys trained with me. So like some people don't like me, but I help more people get hurt.
Man, as always, Juggernaut Hunt. We'll see you on the app October 1st. Good luck in your fight. Mike, you got anything else for the Juggernaut?
Nah, thank you. It's been real like always, and really looking forward to this fight on October 1st.
Hey, thanks to you guys for having me. Thanks to the BKFC. Thanks to David Feldman and Dave Jr. for finally getting this 205 title thing off the ground. I went through a lot of hell to become the champ. I only had my eyes on the 205 title. I was forced to deal with a lot of other nonsense. As it stands, I'm going to put on a great fight, and I'm not letting go of nothing. I fought too hard for everything.
There it is.
Awesome, man.
Lorenzo Hunt, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon, bud.
Bye.
All right,
Later, man.
Later. It's the fucking Juggernaut, man.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good conversation. He spoke on a lot of different things. I'll have to go back and listen to this again and he's got a couple of little snacks in there for people to eat up tomorrow,
I feel like he spoke on every single topic that anybody would want him to speak on, to be honest with you. I mean, Lorenzo, you're 0-1 against Poncho. Where's your next match? Kyle asked quick.
Ask about Poncho. Poncho.
Nah, Poncho.
Got nothing on me, Poncho.
Nah, man. I mean, if you're a bare knuckle fan and you're not excited to see Quentin Henry fight fucking Lorenzo Hunt, then you haven't been watching the sport very long. That's just the facts right there, right? You just haven't been watching the BKFC very long. If you're not excited about those two guys fighting each other on October 1st, then you just don't know. Now, a lot of people, I want to go back through these comments because I wasn't really paying all that much attention because there was a lot of
sometimes
them.
It's hard to talk,
but it's like it seemed to me like the same amount of people that want to see Richmond fight him want to see Gustavo fight him. It's like
not true.
No, it's
I don't think so. I think it's only the people who you see in the groups. Everyone outside the groups could give fucking two shits about that fight. The only reason being nobody really knows who Gustavo is outside of the sport. So the people who know what they want to see and know what's going on in bare knuckle want to see that fight for obvious reasons. You know what I mean? Like we all want to see that fight. It makes sense. It's just one loss and we want to see it. I want to see it. I'm sure you do. And a lot of people, but the people outside of the sport, like not the diehards, they don't know about it. They don't even think about it. And Mike Richmond's a popular guy outside of here.
Listen, Ed Rogers in the comments says, I've been watching it since it started. And please tell me how Henry has a chance. I'm not going to do that because we're going to let Quentin Henry tell you how he has a chance because he will be on next Wednesday when we talk to Quentin Henry. And either that night or next Thursday, Michelle Watterson will come on. Like I said, she was supposed to come on tonight. Lorenzo was cool enough to give us an hour. I mean, we didn't ask him to give us an hour to make up for Michelle, but he's easy to talk to. So what we're going to do here is call it a night. We're going to thank Lorenzo for coming on. We're going to thank everybody that came on last night and everybody for tuning in this week, as you always do. Keep tuning in, keep following us on our Instagram and our Facebook, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Yeah. And stay tuned because we will have Quentin Hero Henry next week.
And make sure you like this post, like, subscribe, share, help your boys out, get us out there. You help us, but you also help Bare Knuckle. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and we are now on the BKFC app. And if you don't have it, buy it because it's nice and cheap, $4.99 a month. That's Dealing Combat Sports.
With that said,
I don't have anything else.
Mike, we got a leadership symposium to get to.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Our work week, you know, everybody knows that me and him are in the Army, and like we do our thing and we whatever, but it's like we just had drill weekend this past weekend.
Yes.
And like now we go to work all week, Monday through Friday, and then they didn't spring it on us. They let us know, but
No,
reality,
they sprung this shit on us.
yeah, I know, but you know, the reality is here tomorrow, and we lose half of our weekend to go to a leadership symposium with 400 other fucking leaders in the state.
Everybody loves a last minute orders. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, here's some orders that you didn't have before, and get there, and you better be there or else.
Yeah. So we're going to go to that tomorrow, and we will catch up with you guys next Wednesday. With that said, all we got to say to you fools is
thank you, everyone.
peace.
Peace.